Hey guys, Dissection of Violence here. We got UFC Vegas 76 or 7, I believe. Holm versus Silva. Let's run right through it. I did an actually in-depth note-taking procedure, so y'all can stop hating on me that say I don't do deep dives. I did a deep dive this card. It kind of forced me to with how bad the card is. But yeah, let's get into it. So we had Ashley Evans Smith. Did I even do a note for her? The one fight I didn't watch tape for. Okay, well, Ashley Evans Smith, I'll just be flat out and say I don't have a too, I don't remember her that well. She has wins over Veronica Hardy, Beck Rawlings. So, can't be that bad. She's lost to Norma Dumont unanimously, Andrea Lee, Sarah Moraes, armbar. Not great losses to have. I do think her being 36, I think her time has definitely come. Luckily for her, she's facing someone with not great fight IQ, but she is dangerous. Aylin Perez has power in her hands, and she does have athleticism being younger in her prime. I feel like she's going to be heavy on top if she does get on top. Um, I feel like she's going to win the minutes and steal rounds. So I'm going to go with Aileen Perez by unanimous decision. But this is definitely a pass spot for me betting wise. Moving on, we have Carl Deaton III taking on Alex Munoz. So I looked at this is where we start off. Alex Munoz training out of a good gym and Team Alpha Male. He's got some good wrestling, good footwork, good calf kicks, nice boxing. He likes to grind his opponents to a nice UD win. He's a bit hittable. Doesn't have much variety to his strikes. Dips his head. Hands can be down at times. I feel like Carl Deaton has faced styles like his before, but just not at the level of Munoz. I feel like Justin James and Munoz are two different kettles of fish. Whereas James is a high school wrestling coach, whereas Munoz actually has some wrestling credentials. He's a wrestling coach at Team Alpha Male, so I feel like he's gonna have success with Deaton's. He has a good initial takedown defense, but immediately, anytime someone chain wrestles him, he has issues. I feel like Alex Munoz will be that guy to chain wrestle him and drag him to deep waters and win a unanimous decision win. Could Carl Deaton surprise us? Maybe. But this is a fight where I feel like Munoz has more to lose here, and I feel like he's going to win this fight. Um, yeah, moving on. We have Tyson Nam versus Azat Maksum. So Azat Maksum, we'll start with him. He's got a nice one too. Good hips. He's got some nice throws. When he's in the 50-50 tie-up position. He's 16-0, so he's got to have some talent. Nice power in his hands and knees. The cons, though, is he doesn't move his head. He doesn't kick a whole lot. He's hittable, hands down at times. His cardio isn't great. Dips his heads. No setup shot, set up to his shots so he can get timed easily when he's hurt. Cardio issues, like I just said. I don't I don't rate him that highly here. I feel like he could definitely surprise us early, getting a nice win early. But I feel like that's his best chances early. I'm gonna go with Tyson Nam inside the distance. I feel like because that's just too hittable, and if you're getting hit by guys lesser level, I feel like Tyson Nam's gonna put you out. Tyson Nam, though, on the other hand, he is getting up there in age, so don't want to totally forget about that. Um, he has a bad record, so you can't also forget about that. Um, can't kick, not great grappling. Um, yeah, Tyson Nam here. I got, but it's not a confident pick, and I could see Azat winning this easily. So I'm gonna go with Tyson Nam though, as that's just not proven enough for me. Moving on, we have like the thing. Sorry, let me. He's fast. Tyson Nam's still very fast. He's got that death touch. I think it will be enough to play good as that. But yeah, moving on, we got Gennaro Valdez versus Elvin Alder. So Gennaro, he's tough. He's got that Mexicano heart. He got dropped 5 times against Steamroller and just kept coming at him. The guy's got heart. And he's dangerous. He's always looking for the finish when he's on the feet. He's down to fight. Good fighting. Good instincts when he's hurt. Um, he also goes to the body, which is nice to see nowadays. Not a lot of people invest in the body. The cons with him, though, I would have to say he's very hittable. Very reckless, leans on his toughness a little too much. Suspect cardio, where he's like Driscus, where he's like tired, but he'll keep moving forward. But he does give up takedowns due to being so fatigued. Engages in firefights when not needed. And no wrestling, mediocre BJJ. So I feel like he's gonna have problems with a guy like Evan Elder, who's extremely well rounded, very skilled, good stance switches. Everyone thought he beat Nazim Sadykhov before the TKO stoppage due to cut. He's got great grappling, good striking. I feel like he has everything it takes to win this fight. He's active. He puts up points. He knows how to win rounds. He's experienced. He trains at a good gym and or a decent gym in Killcliff. Um, the thing with Evan though, he tends to spin and slow down if the fight's too high of a pace, which I can see Valdez keeping a high pace, which causes Elder to slow down. I'm gonna go with Elder here, but I'm not as confident as I was initially when this fight got announced. Got some great value on it, so I'm gonna arbitrage and just enjoy it as a fan. But this is a fight that I am decently confident in Elder, but I could understand if he got caught here. Would not be surprised at all. But yeah, moving on, we got Austin Lingo taking on Melkizel Costa. So Mr. Lingo, he's got Safe Sayud in his corner, always a positive. He's got some good boxing. He's tough, cardio's decent. He's gritty. Shows urgency when needed. The thing with him though is he has not a lot, he has no variety. He doesn't kick a whole lot. His knees and his elbows aren't the greatest. He's a bit of a heavy bag as well. He'll take a lot of damage, especially in round one. I feel like Costa is going to be coming out hot. He only really uses leg kicks. Like if he does kick, he's stiff. He's susceptible to knees as well. Well, opposed to where he's fighting Costa, I feel like he'll slow down later in the fight. But he's also fought 5-round fights, so I couldn't see if he's paced well. I feel like he could win this fight just outpointing Lingo and winning the good positions when needed because he has good jiu-jitsu. He's slick on the feet. He's got some KO power, good movement, some output as well. Good clinch. Good clinch. Um, he's faced quality competitors as well. Thiago Moises. Um, he's had 5-round, like I said, 5-round experience. Some good BJJ. The issue though is he gets overpowered a lot, and I could see Lingo overpowering him in the wrestling. Tends to quit if things get too tough. Cardio can become an issue at high pace fights, and that's the thing with Lingo is he likes to make the fight high pace, but he also his cardio isn't the greatest himself, so I can't see him pushing a pace that Classic can't sustain for 3 rounds. Anyways, I'm gonna go with Costa here, just outpointing Lingo, maybe even catching him at some point. I just feel like with this list card, there's a lot of guys who are talented and guys who aren't. What fight? And this is one of those fights where I feel like Costa has the talent, but Lingo might have the heart here. I'm gonna go with Costa though. It's a good fight. Next up we got Victoria Dudakova versus Iselo Nunes. So the thing with Dudakova, not active on top. Or not active enough at least, unless she's standing over you, dropping where she has her feet on your feet on her hips, and she's just dropping those bombs. She's content in the opponent's guard, I think, too much, which I feel like could lead to stand-ups in the future. Luckily, she's fighting Estela Nunes, who has nothing to offer off of her back, and can get her guard passed. I feel like she's very, very strong, and she's big, pretty good cardio, toughness. She got a nasty knee injury, and she fought off that and won around with that knee injury. So she's got good body lock takedowns, wizard kicks, heavy on top, power in her hands, good forward pressure. She has a nice crucifix position as well. Nice clinch knees, she's big and strong, like I said, so she's got a lot of advantages over Nunes. The only advantage I feel like Nunes has over her would be the striking. But even then, she gets hit sometimes too much, and I feel like Dudakova's power could make a difference. That first round, though, I will admit, is going to be a little bit sketchy. She's very dangerous round one, Nunes. Trains at ATT, so she has a good gym. The thing with her is, she doesn't box a lot and not as fast as she used to be, and her BJJ is very suspect. She can be very hittable, but her footwork, I say she's hittable. She has good footwork. It's weird. I still think Dudakova pressures her against the fence, gets her down, and dominates. But yeah, you never know. Nunes could catch her in the first round. Moving on, we have Melsek Baghdasaryan versus Tucker Lutz. Tucker, he is strong. One of the best attributes I could give him is his strength. Decent in the clinch with his knees. Good rear naked choke defense. He showed that against Pat Sabatini. Um, his BJJ isn't great. It's all right. Sort of like Sean Brady's style, just more clunky. He prefers chokes. He uses grappling more for control, though, to create worse positions for his opponent. Hands some hands somewhat low though, which does kind of allow Melsik to have a little more openness with his head kicks and stuff. He doesn't move his head. Also, kind of has cardio issues. If there's a high paced fight, he showed that against Panetta. That was absolutely distasteful. I can't get that out of my head. Um, but luckily he's fighting a guy like Melsik who doesn't push too high of a pace. Just his striking is very dangerous. Melsik, known him for his kicks. He's got amazing kicks, especially his roundhouse his head kick. It's really nice. Solid feints. He's a very experienced kickboxer. Good timing. Dangerous, very dangerous in round one. Nice shot selection. Takes the center of the octagon, which is good in the judge's eyes. Super fast. Thing with him though, I mean, he has been cross training a lot, but he does. If he still has Edmund in his coach in his corner, I feel I see a lot of problems, but I don't know if Edmund's still in his corner, so you never know. He tends not to check a lot of kicks. He leaves his chin exposed when he's getting up, which is what we saw in his last fight. And Josh Kulabau took full advantage of that. Um, he has good clinch, pretty good with takedown defense, and struggles at times with his BJJ and fight IQ. But I feel like Baghdasaryan should have a clinic here on the feet against Tucker. Tucker could get him down a few times, but I don't think he'll be able to do much from on top. And I feel like Melzik will be able to work back to his feet. But yeah, moving on, we have T Rex versus Nazim Sadykhov. So the thing about Terrence McKinney is he has one round of cardio, and it is usually a TKO he'll get. His BJJ is overrated, but he has pretty good wrestling. He can't keep that wrestling pace very long, but he has pretty good wrestling. He's got, like I said, he's got that death touch early. He's athletic. A lot of danger in that first round for Nazim, who is hittable. But I feel like the thing with McKinney is he's got, like I said, less than a round, if not a round of cardio, and then he is done. He is very hittable, tired noticeably. He's lost to Derek Minner and Sean Woodson by finish. He quits on himself. He gets super sloppy. He's immature. He spends way too much time on social media. I feel like this is a Nazim fight. Unless he gets caught somehow in the first round, this is just a Nazim fight. I can't see Nazim blowing this past the first round. This is an easy win for Nazim if he just doesn't get caught in the first round. But so let's just get into Nazim though. Why do I have this faith in Nazim? He trains at a Serra Longo, an amazing gym, good fight IQ. He's a finisher, good cardio, great wrestling defense, good power, good BJJ, good hips, bounces right back up, good pressure. He's constantly in your face. He can offensively wrestle and he can grapple. Man, like there's so many good things. He pushes a great pace. He listens to his coaches. Man, like he's great. His fight IQ is tremendous. The thing about him, though, like I said, he's hittable. He's not light on his feet. Very, very flat-footed. At times, can allow his opponent to lead the dance too much, and he tends to lose minutes early. So again, if you're taking McKinney, it's round one or bust. If you're and that's it. It's a Nazim fight if he gets out of now round one. But yeah, moving on, we got Norma Dumont taking on Chelsea Chandler. Norma Dumont, very very attractive, thick, very thick in the dump truck area. Laura Sanko quote right there. She's talented, good boxing, sharp hands, very fast, powerful, dangerous in rounds 1 and 2. She's very confident as well. Good fight IQ, good BJJ experience, good hips, throws, and wrestling. The thing with Norma Dumont, though, is she's got brick hips, and she falls over her punches sometimes, leaves chin exposed, struggles with with pressure fighters like Chelsea Chandler, and she fatigues later, which I feel like Chelsea Chandler could capitalize on. So the thing about Chelsea Chandler is she has very ugly boxing, and she could get hit and KO'd in this fight. But the thing with her is she's tough. She's got good BJJ, pressure for days, ground and pound for days, vicious on top, power boxing. She's like a Nate Diaz in a female version. She's got cardio for days. She's tough. The thing about her, like I said, is she's very awkward with her boxing. No, very little, no, like little to no kicks. No wrestling. Her hands are down most of the time. So I do think Dumont wins this easily, but there is a live betting opportunity, especially if she finds success with the takedowns early. I feel like Chandler, if Dumont doesn't get 2 rounds banked in, it's a very live spot for Chandler here. Chandler's a dog, and she's going to keep coming at her like a dog on a bone. So be very careful with this fight. Moving on, we have Albert Duraev taking on Jung Young Park. So the thing with Park is no one likes to go with him because he finds holes in your game you didn't know you had. With him is he's got nice footwork, he's got a nice jab, good boxing, nice wrestling, good BJJ, great fight IQ, experienced. He's just a veteran. He's experienced. He's got a good record. These both of them have pretty good records: 16-4, 16-5. The thing with Park though that I feel like was gonna win him this fight is he really knows how to win fights based off what you give him. And I feel like if Duraev wrestles hard in that first round, I don't know if Park's gonna offer much off his back, but I feel like he's gonna be able to create scrambles. And if he does, and we'll be able to tell right off the bat how Park handles the wrestling. And if he doesn't handle the wrestling that well, there's a nice live spot here for Duraev. But again, this is a spot here where Park. It all depends how he handles the wrestling. I feel like Park is very experienced with his wrestling, and I know that fight with Eric Anders is very ugly looking back on. But I feel like Duraev, he looked good in his fight with Chidi, but I don't rate him that highly, and especially against guys like Park who are just so smart with his fight IQ, knowing how to win rounds. And his jiu-jitsu, I feel like, is going to cause Duraev a lot of issues. But again, I could be wrong. This could be a complete domination from Duraev. I'm on Park here. Um, he's chinny. He's a bit chinny, hittable, and who does he really train with? But it seems to be working for him. Duraev, I just, I don't know. He's got good wrestling. He's dangerous round one. Powerful, strong, tough, good gym, teammates, extreme couture. The thing with him, though, is he slows down. Cardio, especially when it's a high-paced fight, and he struggles with the better guys. Could this be one of them? We'll find out. Moving on, we have Otman Azaitar taking on Francisco Prado. So here's a fight where I feel like this is a Francisco Prado round one or unanimous decision. I feel like Prado has the in the pocket work to cause Otman a lot of problems. The thing with him though is he's very young and he has no wrestling. He's got heart, but doesn't have a lot of wrestling. Uh, he slows down. There's not much I could really say too much. He's got talent. He's got talent. He's dangerous in round one. Good power. Good in the pocket. I just don't like his style too much. But he shouldn't have too much of a problem here, given he is facing a boxer. Because Ottman doesn't have much else but boxing. Ottman's boxing is suspect to say the least. He falls over his punches. Um, he's square. He's not good in the clinch. His chin's exposed, especially when he's fatigued. He's chinny. He's got cardio issues. Limited kicks and weapons, like I said. I don't know how I could take Ottman here other than KO. But I feel like this is a Prado fight. I'm gonna go with Prado round one KO. Wouldn't be surprised to see him TKO in the second, or even win in the third. This is a weird fight. I'm gonna go with Prado here. Yeah, this is a weird card, so definitely I feel like someone's getting finished in this one. Moving on, we have Jack Della Maddalena versus Basil Hafez. So Hafez, a lot of people aren't very familiar with him. He's very dangerous. He's got power in his hands. He's got some jiu-jitsu, and he trains at a good gym out in Denver with Justin Gaethje and Elevation Fight Team. The thing with him though is he hasn't he like the Evan Cutts fight, for example. He was getting tagged in that fight, and Cutts was having his moments. Like, yeah, I thought Cutts was losing, and I thought he would have lost if it went to a decision either way. But I feel like if Maddalena touches Basil, like Cutts was touching him, I feel like it's game over. Sure, Maddalena, these three weight cuts have been stressing me. I'm not gonna lie. I love Maddalena. I feel like this is a free win for him here. He's gonna touch him once and it'll be over. But man, this guy's dangerous on the mat. He's trains at a good gym. Like I wouldn't be shocked to see Basil Hafez upset with these three back-to-back weight cuts. You never know, man. I'm gonna go with Maddalena, obviously, just because it's a common sense pick. But never be too shocked in this sport, and I wouldn't be shocked in this one either. But Anthony Ivy's split decision is just a terrible look. I'm gonna go Jack Della Maddalena here, inside the distance, round one. Moving on, we have Holly Holm taking on Myra Bueno Silva. So Holly Holm, she is getting better as her age. It's weird. She's not as fast, definitely. She's slowing down, but she's mixing in the wrestling. She's learning from Izzy Martinez. She's getting better at control and staying in that half guard. She's got good fight IQ. I see that being an issue with Moira, who gets taken down sometimes and controlled. But the thing with Myra is she's good at act. She's good at staying active off her back, and I feel like Holly Holm can be susceptible to submissions. And I feel like Bueno Silva can be a lot. And I feel like Bueno Silva, even though this is her first five rounder, I feel like she's going to be able to show a lot in this fight, training at a great gym and at ATT. I like Bueno Silva. Um, she's got good boxing, good BJJ, good wrestling from top team. Good. Aggressive, great, good ring generalmanship, good cardio, leg kicks. She's confident, dangerous. The thing with her though is she loses focus a lot and she settles for bottom position. She's slow, footwork isn't great, and she's a bit of a punching bag. So I feel like if Holm just does her thing, she could outpoint Bueno Silva to a unanimous decision, or we could see Bueno Silva putting the hurt on Holm, making her fight in every position, whether it's on the ground or on the feet. I'm gonna go with Bueno Silva making this a fight and stealing a decision, but I wouldn't be surprised to see her get a submission or Holm pick up a unanimous decision or split decision win. But yeah, guys, this is a fun one. Just joking, this is a terrible card, but let's make the best of it. If I give you my top five most confident picks, we got Maddalena at number one. Um, let's see. Then we got mm, Park at number two, which I might have to change because that's not true. I'd say Sadykhov at number two, Dudakova number three. Um, I'd say, man, this is a tricky one. I would have to say, man, this is a hard one. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, I don't even. I'd have to say number 4, Elder. Uh, I'd have to say Baghdasaryan number 5. All right, guys, like, subscribe. You know the drill. I'll catch you next time. See ya.